way before Rome was ever seen as decreeing a worship of this December 25th Sol Invictus holiday. Before that, you can read it in the writings of Clement of Alexandria and Hippolytus, church fathers, way before Aurelian, who is the emperor that institutes the Sol Invictus celebration. Way before that, they're talking about the calculation of the Messiah's birth date, of Jesus' birth. And there's a whole lot of things, and there's all kinds of discussions that were surrounding that. The adjustment we all need to have when talking about this is to realize that we have access not simply to information, because it's not necessarily that we know everything that people in the ancient world knew. We're all the time finding things that they knew about that we didn't know they knew. But the ability to synthesize data from multiple points is something that has exponentially increased in the past 100 years. What do I mean? We're not just talking about somebody being an expert in this or that, or being able to read this or that language, or knowing how to do this or that thing. We're talking about having, in terms of what is extant and remaining, and all the time is being updated with new finds, all of the written things that man has produced, categorized, cataloged, and now it's being worked on with things that are called AI. It's really not artificial general intelligence. It's just a way of computing in what's called the large language models. Anyway, don't be afraid of AI. It's not some sort of like they've created a human, whatever it is. They haven't. But that's a whole other discussion. Suffice it to say, we have the ability now, like nobody else did, to put together information from cultures spanning the globe over thousands of years in a way that we did not have before. And even so, it's still hard to work out some of the issues in terms of the counting of time. There are major debates and major factions around when to align certain points of time in ancient history. It's not that we don't know anything. It's just that sometimes the precision becomes a major issue, because you have very different calendars being used all over the world with different starting points and different ways of relating to the sun, moon, and the stars. And so you've got to find points of alignment between them if you're going to try to map out world history with precision. Well, the early church was in this position of trying to map out exactly when was the crucifixion. Without getting into that issue right now, it suffices to say that basically they landed on 2 dates, and I'm going to use the modern month names, right? Because that's a whole issue of how the month names change, and the movement from the Greek calendar, the Julian calendar, the Gregorian calendar, all of that. Again, it's not that it's a big ball of confusion, it's just that it's complex. But it suffices to say they came up with 2 dates, March 25th and April 6th. March 25th and April 6th. Well, what does that have to do with the birth of the Messiah?